Hi guys, I'm Peter Lance, and I'm a student at Ferris State University. I specialize in technical game art. If you want to check out my work, you can find it at peterlance3d.wordpress.com. It has some cool technical stuff that's all artsy at the same time, so I think you'll like it. Today we'll be talking about how to model in 3ds Max. And it can seem like really confusing at first because maybe you've opened up the program and like all you know how to do is like make boxes, and for some reason there's a button for like making a teapot. Maybe you figured out that hey, I can make a cylinder and I can add like cool modifiers to it, but I can't make a character with this. Or I can't make like a cool sword that I always see on like all the artist websites. I don't know. It's confusing. Well, you came to the right place. The first thing you'll want to know is like by itself you can't really do much with a box object or like a teapot object until you've converted it to an editable poly. And the way you do that is you click your box, right click, go to convert to editable poly. And that'll give you control over like vertices, faces, whatever, elements. Alright, so let's go over some of the tools that are available to you. So first of all, you probably already figured out there's the move, rotate, and scale tools, which work anywhere. What you might not have known about these tools is you can access them with the Q, which is select, W, which is move, E, which is rotate, and R, which is scale keys. So the Q, W, E, R keys. It's much faster than going up here and clicking. Believe me, I've done that for a long time before I found out about the hotkeys. Also, if you find yourself having trouble like navigating using like 4 viewports and like having to rotate this view cube, you can actually work using only one viewport. And let me show you how that works. If you click this button right here, maximize viewport toggle, you can just use a single viewport and it's much easier to look at. If you want those like orthographic views, you can tap the U key to get all the lines straight, the F key to get to front view, the P key to get back to perspective. You get the idea. U, orthographic, P, perspective, T for top view, B for bottom view, F for front view, L for the left view. Pretty simple. And Control R does the orbit. You can find that right here at the bottom. It's called orbit subobject. Control R. Use it. It's cool. Okay, so we got all those tools taken care of. We got our viewport set up. We're in a good spot. Oh, Z also zooms in. So you'll notice that there's these buttons for selecting a border, selecting an edge, selecting vertices, one for selecting faces, one for selecting elements, which is kind of like a chunk of your model. It can also get annoying to go over here and click these. The 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 keys will actually switch between those very quickly for you. Alright. So that's that. First command you'll want to know about is probably the connect. No. I think the first command you want to know about, really want to know about, is extrude. It's like probably the first thing you'll ever learn, if you haven't learned it already. What that does is if you click it, and click drag on a face, it will do exactly what it says. Extrude. If you use if you click the little box button next to extrude, you'll get all these different settings. So you can like plug in a specific amount. You can change like the different kinds of extrusions, like by polygon, which extrudes polygons as opposed to like a whole selection. Local normal. I'll let you play with those on your own time. There's also bevel, which is exactly the same thing except you have the extra step where you can scale the end. Inset, still the same thing actually, except it just goes inside. And bridge, which is kind of a trickier one, but isn't too bad. What it does is you can like bridge these faces together. It's a bridge. It also works on edges, so if I delete these faces, I can bridge these together. Boop. Okay. There's a hidden tool that you'll want to know about, and that is like shift dragging out an edge, and it's really just like extruding an edge. I'll show you what it does. If we delete this face here, go to edge mode, and then shift drag this edge out, hold down the shift key and then drag, you can actually like model stuff really fast if you like start with a plane. So I could even like make a curve. I could like slowly just kind of eyeball. So that's very handy. This also works with borders, which are open edges. So you can like shift drag this down and make it like more of a 3D object. What other ones do we need to cover? There is target weld. So allow me to show you that command real quick. Let's say we delete these edges. I'll show you how I did that in a second. So let's say we run into the situation where we got two polygons and holy cow, these edges aren't connecting to each other. We could bridge it, or we could select a vertice, click target weld, and then weld these guys together. That's what target weld does. You can even like weld stuff that's already connected to each other. Another way of doing this kind of welding is the collapse function. So if we go to edge, click this edge, and click collapse, that's basically the same thing as target welding, except it like picks the point in between the two objects that you're welding and just collapses them together. Alright, so we got that. Another command you'll want to know about is swift loop. This is another kind of hidden command. You can find it over in the graphite modeling tools, not in this area, in the graphite modeling tools. Under edit, if you just like drag this out, you'll find that your swift loop tool is right here. Check out what it does. I can just like add a line right there, add a line right here, add a line right here, and you kind of like have this alternate way of making smooth curves, or just adding edge loops in general. Okay. Let's see, I'm going to add a loop right here, and I'm going to show you some selection tricks. So, you may like at some point want to select like the center edge in your model, like just like an edge loop in general. A fast way of doing that is just by double clicking an edge. and it'll do this edge loop command. Like edge selection, I should say. There's also, maybe you only want to select these guys. Like, this is called a ring selection. You can literally just like click this guy and do Alt R, I think. Yes. And that will give you your ring selection. Alt R stands for like Alt Ring. You can also do Alt L, and that's a loop. Now let's say you want to delete the center loop. The way you do that is if you just press backspace, you'll be left with these vertices in the center that you'll have to clean up later. A better way is to do Control backspace, which kind of cleans things up after it's done. Alright. Now, if you're working on a model that has like multiple pieces, like so, and you want to work on only one piece at a time, and have like the other pieces hidden, you can right click that object and go to Hide Unselected, to kind of isolate that guy, and then like right click Unhide All to bring back your other objects really quickly. An even faster way of doing this, same thing, is to click this Isolate Selection Toggle button, which looks like a flashlight. And that will solve a lot of your problems. Notice how it's zooming in on the object we have isolated. You can like get that same effect by tapping the Z key on your keyboard to, if you want to focus on a specific model. Cool. Okay. I think that is everything. Let's kind of show it in practice, and let's make a house. So first I'm going to make a box, and I want to center this in my world, so I'm just going to go to my move mode, and you see these like 3 numbers here? That's X, Y, and Z. I'm going to zero these out. If you want to zero out like faster, you can actually right click these arrows. That's like a shortcut. Just going to convert this to editable poly. And I want to make like a line right directly in the center of this model, so I'm just going to do a ring selection. I didn't show you this command yet, but it's just like Swift Loop except more precise. It's called connect. Cool. I'm going to select this top edge and pull it up. And then I kind of want to make a roof. So I'm just going to click these 2 faces, and I think what I'm going to do is kind of just extrude these guys. And then I kind of want to select like a ring around this guy. So the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to just click this polygon right here. This is a new command. If you click a polygon and hold down Shift, you can like click the polygon next to it and it'll do like a ring selection. So that's handy. Another way you could do it is you like click this edge. Actually, no, that's the best way of doing it. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to do local normal. And it kind of looks ugly. I'm kind of noticing that. So what I'm going to do is a little trick. I'm just going to zero out that value. Kind of extrude it by like a nothing amount. And then I'm just going to scale it out. Then I'm just going to select these faces. Scale you guys out. I need to convert this selection to points. So I'm going to hold down the control key and select vertex, which will convert that selection. Scale these guys out. Drag that down. There we go. We got some polygons at the top that don't need to be here. So a way of getting rid of these is we can just select the edges that we don't need. Do control backspace, and we got rid of them. You'll notice there's like this weird smoothing problem at the top. You can fix that by selecting one side of the roof. Go to the graphite modeling tools, properties, and then select hard selected. That'll fix that. And we have a house. So that's kind of an intro on how to model in 3ds Max if you're feeling lost. I hope that helped, and I guess I'll see you next time. Thanks.